Hello everyone, welcome to This Day. It is Monday, February 10th already. Welcome back from a fun weekend. I hope everybody had a great time watching the big game yesterday and hopefully your team won. On today's show, we have advanced ear care with Stuart Spencer, and then later in the show, we're going to get an update from the Democratic Club with Jean Lepowski and Mary Ribando, who is their new club president. So we are looking forward to meeting with them. But first off, folks, we want to keep you informed. Clubhouse 2 pool deck is under renovation. So that pool will be closed from February 18th, and the estimated reopen date is Memorial Day weekend, Saturday, May 24th. That will be amazing. Looking forward to seeing that renovation complete. Recreation staff will coordinate relocating activities that will be interrupted by the construction as necessary. Updated pool schedules will be posted at pools 1, 4, and 5 and on lagunawoodsvillage.com/pool-schedule. So take a look at that if you want any updates. Next up, let's take a look at our 5-day forecast. Looks like today's high is going to come in at 60, low is going to be at 46. Expect much cooler temperatures for the rest of the week, tapering down into the 50s even Wednesday and Thursday. There's going to be lots of varying degrees of cloud cover and periods of rain. Looks like that's coming in starting Wednesday night. We've got rain all day Thursday and then probably tapering off Friday morning. Sunset this morning was at 6:39 a.m. Sunset will be at 5:31. This is such a great photo. We all loved it here at This Day. So thank you, Marilyn Ponce de Leon, for sending that to us. Were you driving out to Lancaster taking this photo? It's great. We want to see your photos also, folks. Please email those to us at lagunawoodsvillagetv@gmail.com. Please send us your name, where the photo was taken from, and in a horizontal format, please. Next up, we've got a couple meetings to tell you about, and then after the break, advanced ear care. Stay with us.
I'm so happy to recommend Dr. Fairman. I've been going to her for 9 years. She's done implants, crowns, bridges, root canals, and I've been happy with everything that she's done. The staff is so friendly and pleasant, kind, and gentle. I would recommend her to anyone.
We are now fully open for all your dental needs and invite you to come in and experience the brilliant smile difference.
We are close to Gate 6 near Snooty Fox Restaurant behind Coco's.
Endorsed by the man himself, the Cream of Clapton Band features family, friends, and bandmates of the legendary guitarist, paying homage to the record-breaking 24 nights at the Royal Albert Hall. This concert includes Clapton classics and rekindles the hits from albums August and Journeyman.
The Cream of Clapton Band at the Pack on March 12. Tickets are $20, $30, and $40 and are available at the Pack box office.
Welcome back to the program. We're going to be talking about all things ears and hearings, and to do that, we welcome Stuart Spencer. Thanks for joining us, as always.
Of course, nice to be here, Michael.
Yeah, and so one of the things you guys do, I mean, your core mission is helping people hear better. And what are some of the things you do in terms of the new technology or the assessments you do? When someone walks into your office, what's the 1, 2, 3s of going into the center?
Boy, it depends on, exactly what we're trying to accomplish, but of course, we always want to make sure they're hearing the best they can, and, we do that, through technology,
right.
And then we have a process called a verified best hearing process. that we'll be doing in our clinic where people can come in with their existing hearing aids and we can test them, with word tests and see exactly, what percentage of words they're getting right or wrong.
Now, should people be afraid of the new technology? Is it making things harder or simpler? I mean, because, the technology in your phone, like most people, I don't know what half these apps do kind of thing. So what happens when you put it in
we really
your
get that a
ear?
lot, and of course, with the age bracket we're looking at, people seem to really embrace it or are afraid of it,
Okay.
And so now, what's so fantastic is basically, people can just put on the hearing aids, wear them, and hear better. They're faster, smarter with all the artificial intelligence. It's all digital algorithms. So once we can break those sounds out, we can manage them. And so people are just putting them on, wearing them, hearing better in noise. It's just fantastic.
So the AI can distinguish between maybe the air conditioner we have running overhead right now and you and I talking, it can help cancel that kind of stuff out? Or is that what's going on with the AI?
That's right. It looks for speech and quiet, noise, machine noise, wind noise. What's fascinating is you can hear wind noise outside and it won't cancel it, but if it comes across the microphone, it'll cancel it.
Okay.
So they're getting pretty sharp, with the way they're managing all these sounds. And it really makes a big impact because, small changes make a big difference with hearing clarity. And so in those noisy situations, this technology works fantastic.
Now, I have the ability, in my ears, as we all do, just like not focus on the other things going around and focus just on what you and I are talking about right here, focus on your voice. Do we lose that as we get older, as our hearing kind of starts to, degenerate a little bit?
Yeah, it's a great point, Michael. That's exactly what happens. So everything just seems to blur together, and people have a real hard time pulling that speech out of the noise. And so it's shifting that signal to noise ratio that's so powerful today with this kind of technology, because that separation, the ability to have that separation is very difficult for people that have hearing impairment.
And when that happens, then people start to lose connection because they don't want to go to big parties, they don't want to go to events, they don't want to have the big family dinners because they can't, they're isolated from the conversations, right?
Yeah. So one of two things happen, right? They're really frustrated or they're embarrassed because they'll start to say something that's already been talked about or something that's totally irrelevant to the conversation.
Right.
And so they just, get embarrassed or they're just frustrated. They're trying and trying. They're working overtime. It's amazing to see the relaxation that somebody experiences when they hear better. It's like, oh, thank you, So it takes a lot of that away.
Now, there's good and bad with the deregulation of hearing aids. People can get them at Costco, people can do whatever, and sometimes they put them in and it works great. But if people are like, this off-the-shelf thing isn't quite working for me, what can you guys do for them?
Yeah, we see a lot of that now. It's been really exciting, frankly. People say, oh, well, isn't that affecting? It's like, no, people still need to hear better.
Right.
And when they wear those products, they know they're not, or they're sore or they're squealing or whatever it is. So, what we're offering is people to come in and trade in those hearing aids.
Okay.
And we'll give them a discount on something that works a lot better, it's more appropriate for them, and really analyze exactly what their personal needs are and really develop a product and a fitting that really works well for them.
Now, is there a big difference in affordability with the stuff off the shelf and going to professionals and doing that?
Today it's remarkable. We have great technology at all price points. We have the top of the line stuff. A lot of people don't need that.
Right.
They can have a medium or even a lower tier type of technology and hear great. So this technology has really affected all those different levels. And of course, we handle all third parties, with insurance billings. And so, a lot of those insurance parties will provide hearing aids for them, or at least something towards those purchases. So we handle all that stuff for them.
Okay. Now, as great as the AI tech and all that kind of stuff is in our ears that we have now, some things aren't immune to weather, right? We had hot summer days, and that can affect how the hearing aids perform. How's that?
Yeah, it's basically it's heat and moisture, right?
Okay.
Moisture's the worst enemy of any electronic device. Honestly, with some of the higher end products today, they're waterproof, so it's not an issue. But the majority of the hearing aids tend to start to become a little weaker, sound a little fuzzy, those type of things. So they really have to make sure to come in and have a maintenance. We blow them out, clean them out, dehydrate them, change the mic covers, the receiver, wax guards, those types of things, and it makes a big difference.
So if I'm outdoors, I'm active, I'm playing pickleball, I'm playing golf, whatever it might be, and I'm wearing the hearing aids, but I'm sweating, or I'm getting sunscreen on them, whatever it might be, so that can get in there and kind of mess with the tech?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Like I say, those small changes really can cut down 20-25% of the performance.
Really?
It's huge.
Okay. Well, that's no good.
So
We don't
good
want
maintenance
that.
is always good.
So come in there for a change of tires, rotate them, and get a check on the ears.
That's right.
You guys put out a newsletter monthly, which I didn't know. You just sent it to me, and I was going through it. You guys have a lot of cool stuff in there, not the stuff we always talk about here.
Right. We've done this for 15 years, right? People love this newsletter. We have fun stuff. Looney laws, we call it, you can't put an ice cream cone in your pocket in Louisiana, those type of silly things. But some real relevant things to hearing, and then just some historical, perspectives on, people that, really made a relevant difference in the world, and just, a lot of good articles, what to do when you're traveling, hand the bus driver a card saying this is the, stop I want to get off at. Just simple things that they can do to really ease their life. And it's an enjoyable newsletter. People really seem to respond well to it.
Now, one of the recent ones you had had a little feature about Helen Keller, which I think, people have heard of, but like the remarkable things she overcame to be able to like open the world's eyes to the hearing impaired and the sight impaired.
Yeah, absolutely. We have a lot of those articles, and they're really fascinating. I mean, and so people enjoy that as well as the hearing-related issues and that type of thing. But we think we have a pretty good balance in there, and people enjoy it. All they have to do is just call us, and we'll be happy to subscribe them to it. And there's no cost, of course. And,
there you go.
Yeah, I think they'd enjoy it.
So when people walk into your office, on what are the biggest complaints that people have now that maybe you weren't seeing 20 years ago? Because I know, when I was growing up, you had earphones on, but they weren't maybe as loud, or they didn't go into your ears as much. And now, with the older adults or some of the younger people, they're really blasting their ears, and they're really, they're playing it loud that I can hear it, and that's in their ears. Do you see more hearing damage now than you did in the past?
Oh, of course. It's a noisy world.
Yeah.
And we're seeing a lot more teen hearing loss. It's not necessarily exclusively the loudness, of course that matters, but it's the longevity, and they're wearing those things for hours and listening to loud music. That's a problem. Causes a lot of hearing damage. Protect your hearing.
Yeah, and is there anything anybody can do in terms, besides protect your hearing, that can enhance or maintain? Are there supplements people do? Are there things like that? Or is it really, once it's gone, it's gone?
No, the best thing they can do is wear hearing aids.
Okay.
The fact is, you don't hear in your ear, you hear in your brain. So when you're not wearing them, you're not stimulating that.
Okay.
So all the research, right, that's come out in the last 15 years shows if people have hearing loss and they're not stimulating it, they start to lose their discrimination ability. And so if they're stimulating it, they maintain that for the most part, and it's really important.
Good stuff, as always. Thank you. I'll be looking out for that newsletter. Maybe I'll subscribe.
There you go.
Stuart Spencer from Advanced Ear Care, thanks for joining us once again.
Thank you, Michael. Nice to be here. Hearing connects you back to life. Don't settle for being trapped in the isolation of poor hearing. Advanced Ear can help you hear friends, family, and caregivers. We provide one-on-one hearing programs that will amaze you with the quality of how much better you can hear. There's no cost to hear the improvement we deliver. You'll be able to hear better the minute you put these on. No buttons to push or technology to be afraid of. We deliver better hearing, guaranteed. Come in so we can connect you back to life. And remember, tell them Stuart sent you.
When it comes to life's most important medical challenges, where do you go? Welcome to the Hoag Institutes. Our patient-centered approach to care is rooted in clinical excellence and guided by world-class teams. Unparalleled expertise, world-class care, all within the Hoag Institutes, right here in OC.
Your first day of retirement. What will you wake up to? Freedom? Time? Adventure? Your ideal retirement doesn't just have to come alive in your dreams. Awaken to your new reality. Awaken your spirit, your vision. It's not a dream. It's your next chapter, your future, and it's in reach. Next generation retirement doesn't happen by accident. Plan for your bright future. Awaken to what's possible.
And welcome back to the show. Here to give us an update with the Democratic Club, we welcome Jean Lepowski, and I'm going to let her introduce new president, Mary Ribando.
Yeah.
Ladies, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Congratulations, Mary.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Are you enjoying this new role?
It's been a little hectic. I have a lot to learn. The former president was in place for quite some time, but she's been amazingly helpful and supportive in teaching me what I need to pay attention to. But I love the club. I've been with them since 2017.
So you're very familiar with it.
Yes, I was the chair of for voter registration and then for Get Out the Vote, and now here I am.
And what do you think of this?
Oh, I am so happy to have that Mary was selected and voted in as our new president. I think she's doing a fine job. Gotten a lot done.
I have a great board to support me, so that really helps.
I agree with that too. I like our
With
board.
Jean.
Well, it sounds like you hit the ground running.
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
Well, tell us about your next meeting coming up, February 18th.
Yeah, on February 18th, we have, we're really happy to have Police Chief Dan Adams, who is president of the Orange County Police and Sheriff's Association, and he is on the board of directors of California Police Chiefs Association, and he's part of the state of California's Law and Legislative Committee. So he's up at the top when it comes to law enforcement, and we're really happy to have him because there have been a lot of news reports and a lot of politicking on the issue of public safety and are we safe and do we have to be afraid and has crime gone up or has crime gone down, and if you read the papers you can't tell what's going on. So we wanted to have somebody come in and talk to us about exactly what it is that's going on. What's the reality, and what are the facts? And so we're delighted to have Chief Adams. He's also bringing Captain Adam Devick and Lieutenant Phil McMullen to help him answer questions. A lot of what he wants to do is to be able to answer our questions while he's here.
Fabulous.
So, yeah, he's not just going to talk to us, he's going to answer questions, and that's, I think, a really great opportunity for everybody. So everybody's welcome to come on February 18th at 7 o'clock. If you get there early, you can come and socialize. We open the doors at 6:30 for socializing.
Is there a charge for the meeting?
Well, if you're a member, there's no charge. If you're a guest, it's $5.
Okay. And do people need to RSVP?
It's not necessary to RSVP. That's a good question. Not necessary to RSVP. You can just show up, and
So it won't be a sold-out show.
No.
Sold-out meeting.
No, we have a big room, and
Yeah, well, that's a very important topic. People need to have peace of mind.
yes, exactly. And people need to know what's really going on. It's you hear things and you don't know who to believe, and so we want to hear it from
Get it from the source.
From the source, exactly.
Not the gossip chain.
Not the gossip chain. Yeah, exactly.
Very good idea.
Yep.
So give us a summary of your open mic comments at your January meeting.
Yeah, I think Mary can speak to that.
We had asked our members to come and tell us what issues were important to them and what direction they'd like to see the club go.
Okay.
And that's how we would determine to get speakers like Chief Adams. Who would you like to hear from? It was widely there was wide participation. People really gave us their thoughts, and we're working on holding events as well. As a matter of fact, we joined another Orange County Democratic Club last Saturday, in Mission Viejo at our Representative Young Kim's office, where the rally was to let her know that we would like her to not support certain drastic measures that the administration has been putting out. So we went there, we waved signs, we delivered letters, and we plan to do it again on the 14th, on Valentine's Day, from 1 to 2 in Mission Viejo. It's just a good idea for people to hold their representatives accountable, to let them know how they're feeling. It was very calm and peaceful, and 150 people showed up, so it was important to them.
I was going to ask, how many members are in your club?
I think we had about 633 last count. There may be more.
That's
Yeah, it's
still
quite
growing.
a large club.
That's a large
Yeah.
club.
Mhm. Yeah.
And that's just here in Laguna
Just in the
Woods,
village, yeah.
in the village.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Congratulations.
Mm-hmm.
So talk to us about the special election coming up, California State District 36.
Yeah. So just to clarify, in case anybody's worried and thinks they maybe forgot an election that's coming up, it's not being held, it's not for a Laguna Woods representative. This is for a representative in, what happened was the state senator representing District 36 is now on the Board of Supervisors, the Orange County Board of Supervisors. So the seat is left vacant, and there are 2 Republicans running and 2 Democrats running, and there are 2 elections. Okay, one is going on now in February, which is the primary, and whoever the 2 top vote getters are of the primary will advance to the April election, which is the general election. Usually our general elections are in November, but because this is a special election, the timing is different, but the process is the same. So in a primary election, any number of candidates will run, and whoever gets whoever the top 2 vote getters are, whatever party they are, it's not a party-based primary. It's what they used to call a jungle primary. That's, anybody can jump in, and so our objective as the Democratic Club is to get at least one of our 2 Democratic candidates in that top 2. So we've been doing writing postcards to voters in that district for Jimmy Pham, because we believe he is the most viable candidate, the most likely to win, the one who has the most name recognition. And so we've been writing postcards for him. We've written 400 postcards already for him. We're going to write, we have a few more, like 50 more to write, and we want to encourage voters especially to understand how important it is to vote in this primary, because if we don't get at least one of our 2 of the 4 candidates getting the most votes, we might end up with 2 Republican candidates running, and we end up with no Democrats running, and that's not something we as Democrats want to see. So we want to make sure that we get a Democrat to the general election. That requires participation of Democrats in the primary election. And that's true every time we have a primary. Our primaries are always like that, and we have an issue with voter turnout. Primaries are notorious for having low voter turnout.
Why do you think that is?
Well, it's because people don't understand why it matters. And with it used to be that a primary was party specific, and that was true in California up until I don't know how long ago, not that long ago in the grand scheme of things. And so people are used to thinking, well, I know I'm going to vote for whichever Democrat wins, or whichever Republican wins, or whichever, but it doesn't work like that anymore. And one of the things about the primary election is that if one of the candidates gets at least 50% of the vote, 50% plus 1 is what it's called, then there isn't a race. That race does not advance to the general. The race is over. And so sometimes in the primary election, that's the only election there is. And then there are certain races like the Board of Education here in Orange County, where the election is only in the primary, and people aren't aware of that too. And that's very important, because what the Board of Education does has a huge impact on education in Orange County. So it's really important for voters to understand how important the primaries are. And that also goes to how important down ballot races are. It's not just, our country is run by many governments, local governments, state governments, county governments, and then of course the federal government. And so when people want to make changes in the government, there are various levels of government, and we have to understand which level of government does what and which one impacts our lives. So primaries are really important is the bottom line, and people should make a point of voting in the primaries anytime they have the opportunity, because it does make a big difference.
That is amazing. Thank you so much for clarifying that. I mean, that really helps me gain a better understanding of the system as well.
Yeah, it's complicated, and,
It is so
and I
complicated.
understand. I understand why people don't get it, but yeah, one of our missions in our club is to educate people about how these things work.
Well,
so
you
they can
just
be better
did.
citizens.
Thank you.
Good.
Ladies, what a pleasure. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having us. Yes.
I wish you much success.
Thank you.
In the upcoming months. And we will be right back with a preview of Monday night's movie when we return. Stay with us.
Aging at home with the support of a caregiver offers numerous benefits physically and emotionally. Right at Home helps you stay amongst your personal belongings, memories, and comfort of your home. We offer one-on-one care that helps monitor health, assist with daily activities such as showering, medical medication reminders, cooking, safety, and accident prevention. Our team at Right at Home can help maintain your independence, keep a routine, and allow you to continue to make your own choices while improving your quality of life. We are Right at Home.
For some of you, it may be time to replace your dated windows and doors. I'm a resident of Laguna Woods and have served the community for 10 years. As a women-owned business, you can trust Window Jazz to provide seamless service from the moment we meet to the completion of the job. Most jobs are completed in just one day.
Window Jazz put windows in my home. The service was amazing, the price couldn't be beat, and I would recommend them to anybody.
Call Window Jazz now to schedule your free consultation.
Welcome back, folks. Let's take a look at tonight's movie preview. It is Splash. I'm sure a lot of you will remember this classic from 1984, Tom Hanks and Daryl Hannah. This is brought to us by Harvard Eye Associates. A young man is rescued from drowning as a young boy off Cape Cod by a mermaid. Years later, he returns to the same location and falls in love with her without knowing her secret. Remember that? That was a great movie. Let's take a quick look at the 5-day forecast. It's going to be a high of 60 today. We are looking at some showers coming in Wednesday night all through Thursday. It's supposed to rain all day on Thursday and then taper off by Friday morning. So make your plans accordingly. You might not want to plan for golf on Thursday. On tomorrow's show, we have Pacific Financial Planners with Jerry Schlutzowitz and Chicago Club with Louis Billowitz. So we look forward to seeing both of them tomorrow along with you. And from all of us here at ThisDay, we hope you make yours a beautiful one.